For more information on my programs, please visit masajady.com. That's MASSAJADY.com.
In a stronger, clearer fashion. So it's not, again, not just for kids. All right? She should actually be online if there's a lot of French people. But the web call, you don't know. I think we should. Yeah. She can use yours or somebody else's. Yeah, and we have a translator here, guys. Again, sorry. We have a translator, a lot of you, again, online that might be, say, French. So we're going to get her online as well, okay? So just hold on, guys, 1 second. While we're waiting, so we're going to get you hooked up with a phone so that people can understand, okay? Faye, do you have a headset too for her? Or do you have a headset? Oh, awesome. Awesome. So we did a special one for the kids. It was really popular, and that's why, you know, we're deciding to do or get it more in depth on this. And if you guys, go ahead. And since most of you are online, feel free to write in questions. I know there's a lot of people on the webcast. So for those people on the webcast, again, feel free to write in. And then hopefully we'll take people if we have time. I'm sure we will. We'll take live calls. Okay, and then those people who will take live calls, just note that I'll put you on speakerphone so the other people can hear. The people here can hear. Okay. Are you guys all from this area? I know Patrick came in from another country, so. But the rest of you are all here from France? No? Here? Okay. Are we all good? Okay. Awesome. So, where's your...
Can you close the door?
So I'm just going to go through it. And if you can mute yourself or just cover the mic, because then I get reverb. That'd be great. So the openness of a child's mind is blessedly uncharted, limitless in its potential and yearning to absorb and assimilate the physical knowledge and experience. But with time, factors such as environment, family, diet, and life circumstances can become restricting and confining, reducing the range of possibilities available as they grow into adulthood. So what we'll do is we'll spend about, say, half an hour. I think it's an hour long session. Yeah. So we'll spend about half an hour, or maybe even less, talking about, say, the concepts or what we're talking about, or EI's perspective on why that happens, and then we'll do a meta healing, which is more important for us. Okay?
Donc, quand les enfants arrivent, ils sont vraiment toute ouverture, ils sont complètement ouverts, ils absorbent tout ce qui se passe autour d'eux. Et puis, en grandissant avec les facteurs qui sont l'environnement, la famille, la manière dont ils se nourrissent, ce qu'ils peuvent subir à l'école aussi, il y a des capacités qui se restreignent, donc leur expression vitale se restreint. Donc là, pendant la première demi-heure, on va parler des raisons pour lesquelles tout ça se produit. Et ensuite, sur la deuxième partie, on fera un medi-healing ensemble, donc une méditation de guérison ensemble.
As Marianne's translating for me, just note that I'm working on you. So it's not that we're just waiting. I'll always be working at some level. Okay. How many people are new in the room? I know there's a lot of new people online, but anybody new in the room? You? Okay.
Qui est-ce qui n'est jamais venu encore dans la pièce?
Okay. So in a nutshell, I've had 2 near-death experiences. I've been given abilities to transform people much quicker, much faster. Okay.
Donc, juste pour les personnes qui ne me connaissent pas encore, j'ai fait 2 expériences de mort imminente qui m'ont donné des capacités assez incroyables en revenant.
Okay. So she might have to put hers on mute when I'm talking and then unmute. Okay? Yeah. So again, I'll always be working on you guys. So all you have to do is kick back, relax, whether you're here in this room or online, which many of you are. If you don't understand some of the concepts that I talk about, it's okay, because it's really about the frequencies that I generate for you.
Donc pendant la traduction, je continue à travailler sur vous. Donc restez détendus et disponibles tout le long de cette heure que nous allons passer ensemble.
Alrighty. So what happens, and this is where people get, say, distorted as childhood, right? We're in a family dynamic, and if you're really intuitive, right, at some level, your family was maybe at a pure intuitive level, but now through, say, generations, that purity has been distorted. Or maybe if you've heard me say that, sometimes, families say, sell their soul to the devil, so to speak, right? You guys are familiar with that, right? You guys come in, it's like, I'll give anything to, say, have great abilities or mass wealth or popularity. In this case, say, great intuitive abilities or great healing abilities and so on. Do you want to translate that one?
Donc, les enfants arrivent dans un système familial. Donc, ce système familial qui a pu être pur à un moment donné, souvent c'est perverti, ou les capacités intuitives de la famille ont été restreintes. Il y a aussi un phénomène qu'on appelle des fois le fait de vendre son âme au diable, où des membres de la famille demandent à obtenir certaines choses comme des capacités extraordinaires ou bien la richesse ou la célébrité, et qui rentrent comme ça dans un marché qui restreignent les capacités naturelles, intuitives, pures qui sont à la naissance la propriété de l'être humain.
So what happens is, your intuitive abilities, even as a child, are, say, brilliant, even if you've come from, say, a distorted space or, say, a dark or dense, say, frequency or ability, right? Your source of power has been
Donc les capacités des enfants à la base, quand ils arrivent, même si leur milieu familial est déformé ou perturbé, ils ont une capacité intuitive pure.
before it wasn't. Yeah, we're fine. They can hear. Yeah. I mute it when she's talking, otherwise it gets reverb. So what happens is that, again, they become part of the environment, and then they magnify, say, the darkness that comes in. So how many people in this room was intuitive or is intuitive? Okay, many of you?
Donc, ce qui se passe, c'est que les enfants qui arrivent avec ces capacités pures au départ finissent par absorber l'environnement familial dans lequel ils se trouvent. C'est-à-dire qu'ils pensent que la manière de fonctionner de la famille, c'est la seule qui existe, et finalement donc il se modèle suivant les manières de fonctionner de la famille et quelquefois même en amplifiant les côtés plus obscurs qui peuvent se jouer à l'intérieur du système familial. Je voudrais savoir qui dans la pièce a des capacités intuitives ou en avait. Avez-vous une question? So she grew up thinking that perceiving things that were invisible or having precognitive dreams was normal. You know, she wasn't. You know. Donc, est-ce que vous avez une question éventuellement?
So what would happen in yes, your parents say were aware of it. Did you have an older sister aside? Yeah, an older sister that took care of you. Did she have?
Est-ce que vous avez une grande sœur qui s'est occupée de vous?
Just your mother? Your mother. Well, your mother doesn't.
But her mother had a sister who took care of her.
Oh, okay. So got it. So I'm just seeing her, and she was like an intuitive, and which made it okay for you to be intuitive. If that makes sense.
Et donc c'était elle, la sœur, votre tante, donc qui était intuitive et qui vous a donné l'autorisation de l'être.
Right. So in that case, that's a perfect scenario, right? Because somebody is intuitive, they know, say, the ropes on how the system works or how that side of that reality works. So it allows you to understand it from a different level. And by understanding it, I'm not saying you know it at a logical level or a conscious level. It's actually at a much deeper or at spirit level that we're talking about. Okay? It's that spiritual awareness. Again, it allows you, because you're absorbing it from your older, say, sister type, that comes in and shows you how to understand, say, concepts or your spiritual gifts. Did that make sense to her? Hopefully.
Donc en fait là c'est un peu quelque chose d'idéal, c'est-à-dire que vous avez quelqu'un qui a dans votre environnement quand vous étiez enfant ouvert l'espace pour accéder à ces réalités, à ces concepts d'un ordre plus spirituel. Donc là on est un peu dans un cas idéal où c'était possible pour vous et donc vous avez absorbé cette manière, cette possibilité d'interagir avec d'autres dimensions, d'autres formes de réalité.
However, tapping into the group, whether you're here or online, there's a lot of families that, one, are really, say, scared. One, they're aware that there are, say, possibilities out there, but they come from a religious, say, background, and that religious background says it's a sin to connect from things beyond, right? So they get scared of it. So again, they understand it, but then they want to keep it hush-hush. So you have, say, fantastic abilities, and then they'll go, no, it's not true, because they don't want you to know about it, because they think it's a religious sin or a spiritual sin.
Donc là, on a vu un cas idéal, mais ce que je perçois dans le groupe, c'est qu'il y a beaucoup de personnes qui viennent de familles où, au contraire, la religion disait que c'était un péché d'avoir ce genre de capacité. Donc, du coup, même si vous pouviez dire « Ah, ben moi, je sens ceci, cela », en fait, tout de suite, la famille disait « Non, 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 c'est pas bien » ou « Ça n'existe pas » à cause de tout ce bagage religieux qui voyaient ça comme des choses pas bien.
The other, say, group that I'm picking up, and again, there's a lot of, say, subgroups within this group. And if you have kids, again, just bring them in. Imagine if they're not around you, imagine that they're sitting next to you, and then just forget about them, and then I'll work on them as well. Okay?
Donc, je sens qu'il y a d'autres dynamiques familiales dans le groupe qui écoute ce soir, parce qu'il y a 300 personnes par Internet là en même temps. Je vais pas toutes les qui ont des enfants, je vous invite à les imaginer assis à côté de vous, et puis après vous n'avez plus besoin de d'y penser, hein, ils seront là.
So the other subgroup is that you know, your parents or your lineage has fantastic abilities, intuitive abilities, but those intuitive abilities have, say, destroyed a lot of, say, the relationships, destroyed them physically. They've, because again, it's dark and dense, they've committed suicide off it, they've been depressed off it, lack of money, right, abuse and so on. So what they do is, you know, you're grown into that or you're born into that, and then what happens is that they say no, it doesn't exist, because they don't want you to get sucked into it the same way they did, although they know that it's around them. Okay?
Donc un autre sous-groupe a pu vivre des familles qui avaient des capacités intuitives, mais du fait d'une connexion plus dans des énergies plus basses, ont vu des conséquences de ces capacités intuitives qui étaient pas bonnes, comme des dépressions, des suicides, des problèmes financiers. Donc du coup, quand l'enfant arrive avec ces nouvelles capacités, on lui dit non, il faut surtout pas s'en servir. Donc il y a un interdit qui est posé.
So, and then there are again lots of other subgroups. There are people who, well, their parents are, say, to the point that they're even, say, possessed. There's I hate to say it, there's a good number, maybe about, say, 10%, so we'll talk about that as well. Their intuitive abilities are so strong that, again, comes from, say, a darker, dense side, okay? And it controls them. So what happens is it's a perpetuation. So the reason why, say, they breed is really to expand, just like, I hate to say it, religion does that, right? You try to get as many, say, prospects, right? That's why missionaries happen, right? You try to get as many people involved in the religion, whether it's beneficial for them or not. Same thing here with the dark side, or that control source that gives them intuitive abilities. The more people that they have, so that's why they have a lot of kids, by the way. And that kind of blends into, say, religion. The Catholic religion, one of the major, say, tenets of the religion is that, well, no abortions, or, right, have as many kids as you can. The reason for that, again, I'm not knocking down the religion, but it's a blend of that religion that's gotten dark. The reason why they have as many kids as they want, or a lot of kids, is because, well, it perpetuates that notion that the more spirits that are here living, the more control, or the more power that control source that controls that family lineage has. Right? It's just like in real life, right? The more, say, followers that dictator or president or whatever that you have underneath you, the more control or the more power that they have. Does that make sense to you guys? It's the same thing on the other side, and that's why, you know, again, I'm not a knocker down of religions. I'm not against religions. I'm on their side. But this is one of the things that they have to, say, clear up in that religion of why they have so many kids. And although we go, well, it's a sin to kill, or it's a sin to abort, and that's a different story, but the main tenet is to have as many kids as to, say, populate this density that comes through, right? Or the darkness that comes through, into as many, say, spirit beings as possible.
Donc un autre sous-groupe peut vivre aussi un phénomène. Je vois qu'il y a à peu près 10% de personnes que ça concerne dans le groupe. Il y a certaines familles où les capacités intuitives viennent d'une espèce de possession par des entités ou des énergies, des vibrations, donnent ces capacités. Et donc là, les familles sont poussées à faire de plus en plus d'enfants, parce que plus il y a d'enfants, plus il y a de sujets pour que cette énergie basse se répande. C'est un phénomène qui est assez similaire, même sans mais au fait qu'il y a des religions qui interdisent l'avortement, etc. Parce que plus il y a de disciples, plus l'égrégore quelque part grandit. Hein. Donc, c'est pas du tout contre les religions, mais il y a certains aspects un peu obscurs de certaines institutions qui visent à augmenter le pouvoir des institutions en multipliant le nombre d'enfants qui sont créés dans des familles qui sont dans cette religion. Donc il faut être conscient de ce mécanisme.
Again, I want to emphasize I'm not against any religion. I'm not saying you should step away from your religion. Okay, I just want to emphasize that. But if you understand and clean up some of the parts of, say, the religion that you're in, okay, whether you're Catholic or whether you're Muslim or Jewish, there's some pattern of that perpetuates the religion. And again, that darker sect, say, controls that part of the religion, and that's why, say, we propagate. Okay? So if you remove that, then your religion or other parts, then your religion actually becomes a benefit for you. That's why I say that. So it's beneficial for you, your religion, not a distortion for you. Okay?
Donc encore une fois, je ne suis pas contre les religions, il faut juste faire le tri entre les tendances au sein des religions qui visent à perpétuer une forme de pouvoir et les tendances saines, spirituelles, qui sont au bénéfice de la personne. Donc c'est intéressant au sein, à l'intérieur de soi, de pouvoir faire cette distinction, pour pouvoir laisser de côté les choses qui sont de l'ordre de la perpétuation d'un pouvoir, pour pouvoir vivre sa religion d'une manière qui soit la plus spirituelle et épanouissante possible.
So now we understand at least, say, how, say, intuitive abilities as a child get, say, dark or distorted. Okay, a lot of times we didn't cover this. Again, the parents aren't intuitive, so they think, or they're like scientific or logical. Their kids see something, and then they go, "Mommy, I see something," right? Or there's friends on the other side, and they go, those things don't exist because, as a society as a whole, we want always say physical proof, right? Otherwise, say we're deemed crazy and we're deemed distorted or so on, right? So again, we tend to move away from that, and then we teach our kids, and then our kids, as we grow up, think, oh, then it's not real, it's just my imagination, it's just hallucinations, and that's not true.
Donc il y a aussi un phénomène là, largement répandu dans nos sociétés occidentales qui favorise la raison et la science, qui fait que quand on a des parents très rationnels et qu'on arrive en leur disant moi je vois quelque chose là ou je pressens quelque chose, on dit non ça n'existe pas, c'est juste en imagination. Donc ça c'est aussi un phénomène assez courant qui fait que l'enfant du coup renie un petit peu ce qu'il perçoit et même quand il grandit et que ses perceptions peuvent revenir, on les met de côté en disant non c'est juste mon imagination.
So those are some of the ways. Obviously there's more, but I'm sure there's branches within that kind of cover pretty much how, say, we've gotten dark or distorted as, say, children with intuitive abilities. Okay. Now I want to talk about, say, the new generation of kids that are coming up.
Donc là, je voulais décrire une possibilité selon lesquelles les capacités des enfants peuvent être déformées ou réduites. Et maintenant, je voudrais parler des nouvelles générations d'enfants qui arrivent maintenant.
And these kids actually have worked on, say, their parents quite a bit, and that's how I know. You'll start to see that these kids don't get, say, penetrated, or their environment doesn't affect them, because at a deeper level, like some of you who've awakened, you start to see yourself within your environment. Does that make sense to you? Right? So these kids, when they're young, when they're like a month old, or even in vitro, in the womb, they understand that they're spirit beings having a human experience.
Donc, ce qui se passe, ces enfants, en fait, j'ai commencé à en avoir connaissance en travaillant sur leurs parents. Et donc, c'est des enfants qui sont beaucoup moins susceptibles de se laisser influencer par leur environnement parce que très tôt, à 1 mois ou même quelquefois, même quand ils sont encore dans le ventre de la maman, se rendent compte qu'ils sont un esprit en train de faire une expérience humaine.
So these kids, even, again, in vitro, or like a month, 2 month, 3 month old, they dominate or they control the space around them because they're not going to take any, say, garbage from family lineage. they'll take, say, the benefits of what's around in their environment, but they just understand at a deeper level, even at that young age, again, a month or even younger, that they are a spirit and they're much, much wiser and grander, so more awakened to their abilities off the bat.
Donc ces enfants ne se laissent pas influencer par les pollutions extérieures, familiales ou autres, parce qu'à un niveau très très profond, même très très jeune, même in utero, ils sont conscients de ce qui est juste. Donc ils vont prendre de la famille tout ce qui est bénéfique et qui va aller de côté.
So much like when I walked into the room, you guys noticed a frequency change. Does that make sense to you guys? Especially her, for example. Does that make sense to you guys? Here in the room? Yeah? Okay. So those kids are the exact same thing. Maybe at a different level, because they don't understand it, say, conceptually, but they can generate those same frequencies, and then they actually, say, edit or start to shift or start to force their parents, their siblings, whatever, to change, to accommodate, say, their higher presence.
Donc de la même manière que certains ont pu sentir que quand je suis entrée dans la pièce, la vibration, la fréquence a changé. Et donc ce qui se passe avec ces enfants, c'est la même chose. C'est-à-dire qu'ils arrivent et par leur simple présence, ils forcent les parents, les frères et sœurs à s'ajuster à leur fréquence.
Okay. This is different than, let me see if I, yeah. So this is different than kids maybe earlier on, say in the decade, where they were called like crystal children or indigo children, right? Those kids actually had issues or problems because they didn't say, they thought that, well, they just expected the world was going to change for them. So a lot of those kids are distorted actually in there, and that's why there's ADD and there's a lot of, say, psychological type issues with individuals like that. And I'll explain why. And I'm working on those kids as we speak, by the way.
Donc ce que je viens de décrire, c'est différent des enfants qui sont venus dans les 30 ans précédents, qui étaient les enfants qu'on appelait les enfants indigos, les enfants dans le monde, on imagine que le monde allait s'adapter à eux, alors que ça n'a pas été le cas, et du coup ils ont subi de plein de fouets les affronts du monde, qui a généré beaucoup de problèmes comme le syndrome de suractivité et des choses comme ça.
So those kids, the indigo children, the crystalline children, what happened is that, they were of a higher order. They knew that they were of a higher order, so they just expected, say, the world to transform around them. Well, obviously it doesn't work that way. Okay? They didn't know how to, say, materialize or manipulate the physical world. That's the one key component that was missing in them. And then, well, they get distorted. The new wave of kids, and I'm seeing that happen, say, the last year or two, is that, do you want to translate that part? Go ahead. Translate.
Donc les enfants cristallins, quand ils sont arrivés, donc ils savaient ils étaient d'une fréquence plus élevée, mais ils s'attendaient à ce que le monde se transforme de par leur propre présence, mais il leur manquait cette capacité d'affecter la matière, le monde qui les entoure. Alors que ce que je vois arriver ces 2 dernières années, les enfants qui arrivent, c'est autre chose. Je vais en parler.
So again, these new kids, they come in, they start to see, again, like what I see, and then they can start to materialize or transform. And that's how we really get, say, real change in the world. And that's why they're coming in. So it's a whole different breed of, say, children that are coming in. Void of any contracts, really, void of any distortions, void of any hereditary patterns, because they're not needed in this next realm that's coming into the earth.
Donc, ce que je vois, ces enfants ils sont vierges, d'influence héréditaire ou familiale, et ils sont vraiment là pour enclencher la transformation. C'est ça que je vois se produire.
So if you think about it in the future, just think if where you guys are, right? Say you guys were awakened as kids, and well, we weren't, but say if we were awakened as kids, just think how far along you would be at this moment in time. Right?
Imaginez pour vous-même si vous avez été éveillé enfant quand vous êtes arrivé. Imaginez où vous en seriez et où en serait la société aujourd'hui.
And these kids are going far beyond it. And during the meta healing, I'll actually bring in those frequencies of how those kids see this world from their perspective. That's what I'll try to do for you guys. So kind of giving you guys a jump start. Okay. But again, for the kids here, the kids online, or the people here and people online, right? Even if you were, say, awakened, right, and you had the perfect parents, right, you still had to take that time to disengage from the hereditary patterns that was built into you automatically.
Donc, ce qu'on va faire pendant le Medi-Healing de tout à l'heure, c'est que je vais vous faire percevoir la manière dont ces enfants voient le monde. Hein. Et donc, il vous a fallu d'abord vous débarrasser de toutes les influences héréditaires ou familiales que vous aviez prises sur vous.
And I want to stress this because some of you who are coming into, say, your abilities, even at your age, which is I want to congratulate you first, but some of us feel like we've done something wrong, right? Or we're shortchanging it, or it doesn't feel right to us, or we're going to go to hell because, now life is brighter. Now we can, say, materialize things. Now we can be abundant and, well, happy here. Again, some of you guys are feeling, well, distorted, or doesn't feel like that gift should be given to you.
Donc, je voudrais vraiment féliciter ceux d'entre vous qui se réveillent à ces nouvelles capacités, surtout que on est parfois un peu affecté par des jugements sur soi qui nous disent que c'est pas correct, que c'est pas bien ou que c'est pas confortable, alors que là on est en train d'entrer dans une réalité où on peut créer, où on peut vivre l'abondance. Donc
So again, it's really about accepting the gifts that you have, the new kids coming in, totally understanding what this, say, material world is about, and just starting right off the bat, just even in vitro, just to recap, in vitro, just understanding, say, the benefits of having a family lineage, but not getting distorted just the way we should be, and then moving forward, right? So always, say, expanding, getting higher and higher, where we've kind of got expanded and then we've kind of like gone lower and lower and lower, right? So it's a whole new world paradigm, and that's why, these kids are coming through. And before we start the meta healing, there's one more point, and then we'll start the meta healing, or we'll take questions and then we'll start the meta healing.
Donc, ce qui se passe avec ces enfants, c'est qu'ils peuvent, les enfants qui arrivent maintenant, ils peuvent bénéficier de l'héritage familial sans tous les poids que se sont transmis les générations précédentes. Donc, on est en train d'un paradigme avec l'arrivée de ces enfants qui peuvent tout de suite commencer à créer sans avoir à se nettoyer avant. Donc on va prendre quelques questions et après on fera le Medi-Healing.
So one of the points, and then I'll ask it. So one of the main points that I want to get, or an important point to get, is that yes, as humans or as society, we're awakening, but we're not awakening because, well, we're evolving. We're actually, say, getting forced to awaken because there's a universal, say, purity that's coming through, or a universal wave. So again, this is happening not just, say, in Earth, on Earth, right, at a global, say, setting. It's actually happening, say, at a universal or multiverse, say, space, where a purity is coming through, and it's allowing or forcing us to, again, stay to that higher level. Did that make sense to you guys? Okay. So, which is different than, yes, we're getting more intelligent, and, you know, it's not about that.
Donc un dernier point que je voulais aborder avant les questions, c'est le fait que là, on est en train de se transformer, l'humanité est en train de se transformer, mais c'est pas seulement parce que il faut évoluer. C'est qu'il y a une vague de pureté qui est en train de naître, de monter dans l'univers tout entier. Ça concerne pas seulement la Terre, et cette vague nous entraîne avec elle, en fait.
Did you have a question?
Yeah. So you had something.
Yes.
Did you say that not all of I.e. you have what the youth have now of like not having baggage into family lineage right then? That evolved from your
From near death?
time, or
Sure.
what's that?
Sure. So the question, just for those people online. So when I had my second near-death experience, did I remove, right, the past baggage? Let's just call it, right? So at that time, yes, you literally immediately say remove that baggage. Okay. So, but at my level, the intensity was so great, and again, the level that I needed to rise at, that intensity was so great. So the initial, say if it was a surgery, the surgery was, say, complete and successful with that near-death experience, but it took me about 3-4 years, I call that the dark times, to really, say, come into my own power, or really to heal from it. Does that make sense? Because we're here at a time level. Same thing with you guys, right? I come in, and again, my abilities, most of you are sensing that my abilities have gotten a lot stronger, again, more, say, specific or surgical. I help you remove almost instantaneously, but it takes you, depending on how well you recover, it takes you maybe a short time or say, a long time to recover or come into your highest space.
Donc la question en fait concernait ce qui s'était passé lors de ma deuxième expérience de mort imminente. La dame demandait si j'avais été débarrassée de cet héritage des lignées. Donc effectivement, ce qui s'est passé, c'est une espèce d'opération chirurgicale qui a effectivement eu lieu et qui était nécessaire puisque le taux vibratoire auquel il fallait que je monte était tellement élevé que je pouvais pas emmener tout ça avec moi. Donc c'est effectivement ce qui s'est passé, et vous voyez, enfin peut-être certains d'entre vous constatent que quand je viens ici, la puissance de ce qui se passe avec moi augmente. Ce que je dois dire aussi, c'est que après la deuxième expérience de mort imminente, j'ai eu une phase de plusieurs années que j'ai appelé les années noires un peu, où il y a eu tout un processus de nettoyage qui s'est fait avant que je puisse utiliser mes capacités à leur pleine puissance. Et donc c'est un peu ce qui se passe aussi quand je travaille sur vous. Dépendamment des gens, il y a un certain délai avant que le nouveau soi émerge dans ses pleines capacités.
Just as a note, how much time do we have? If there's any questions, we could take questions. But just as a note, again, I just want to emphasize, because we're getting a lot of feedback. We're getting a lot of feedback from people writing in. They're going through severe detox. Okay, and again, my ability is getting stronger. And I've talked about this before, so I'm not going to get into it. But anyway, my abilities get magnified, so the intensity that I can work on you gets magnified. Okay? It doesn't mean that those steps are missing or those steps are deleted. You still have to go through the same process of cleaning out or purifying or healing whatever's happened. Rather than, say, taking a long time, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, people do that. The process that I help you with condenses it down to, say, so for some people, just in a matter of days to, say, maybe a year or so. So that's a lot of transformation in a very short period of time. And it's really intense for people. So it's just a word of caution for those people who are, say, sensitive. Okay?
Je voulais juste prévenir qu'en fait, on a beaucoup de retours de personnes qui travaillent avec moi, qui font des expériences de détoxification, de nettoyage assez intenses. En fait, au fur et à mesure que la puissance de mes capacités augmente, les effets du coup augmentent en intensité. Donc, je voulais juste que vous gardiez ça à l'esprit si vous vivez des processus comme ça de nettoyage assez puissants, hein, ce qui permet à votre évolution de nettoyer sur un temps très court, quelquefois quelques jours, quelquefois quelques mois ou une année, des nettoyages qui autrement auraient pris peut-être plusieurs années, 10 ans, 20 ans ou même 30 ans. Donc je voulais juste que vous soyez, que vous ayez ça à l'esprit, surtout si vous êtes très sensible.
We'll go ahead and take just a few questions, and then we'll get into the meta healing. We'll take one from Olympia Washington Ubil. Is it the last 4 digits of your number 1002? And I'm just going to put you on speakerphone. Hello? Are you there?
Hello?
Yes, hi. I'm going to put you on speakerphone, so just hold on 1 second. Okay, go ahead.
Hi. So I have been working really hard ever since having my son to release a lot of the baggage from my parents. And I do notice a lot of, I guess, psychic abilities in my son. I guess I'm just wondering how I can take it to that next step.
Sure. So, yes. Do you want to translate that?
Donc c'est une dame qui pose une question à propos de son fils qui révèle des capacités intuitives, en tout cas elle remarque ça et elle voulait savoir ce qu'elle pouvait faire pour l'accompagner.
Yeah, for your son, basically what happens and how he gets his, say, psychic abilities, and this is what we're going to be working on the meta healings, is that your son goes into, say, other realities. So he disconnects himself from this present moment. He goes into maybe 3 or 4 other, say, realities that are possible or open to him. But the way he runs his abilities, and they're good abilities, but if he continues on with that, he'll get, say, stuck the more he goes in, because the more, he feels like he'll be more insecure in certain situations here, physical. So it's easier for him to, say, escape the stresses of life by escaping into those other realities, and then he'll go into those other realities and he won't be connected here, so as he grows up. So through the meta healing, I'll be working on him to pull him in and then have him understand how other realities work, but have him, say, stay within his body as he, say, enhances or goes into, say, those other realities. Did that make sense to you, hon? Or?
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. And I'm wondering, is that possibly something that he could have picked up from either me or my husband? I know that I recognize a lot of those same type of behaviors in both of us as well.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, and then I don't know if somebody was really, really depressed in your family or somebody, say, committed suicide, kind of like the same pattern, if that makes sense. That's what usually happens, because you get pulled into those realities so strongly or so deeply that you feel disconnected from this world, and then you go, I might as well commit suicide because I'm not connected in this realm. And things would be perfect for you, right? And you'll go, I don't know why he committed suicide, but it is really that he gets pulled further and further away from his body, so his body feels like it's dying or wants to die. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
I don't know if somebody around you, are they still around or are they not here anymore?
I can't think of anyone that I know personally that has committed suicide, but I know that depression is...
Yeah,
I'm sorry, what was that?
Same thing. Well, like you said, the depression that runs in your family, that's where it comes from. Your husband's brother?
Husband's
Your brother
brother?
has a husband? I mean, your husband, yeah, has a brother?
Yes, he has a younger brother.
Okay. You might want to check up on him because he's borderline. Okay?
Okay.
So, he just seems like he's the type of person that keeps it all inside, right? Doesn't really share anything with a lot of people, but internally, he's a lot of distortion within him. So, you might need some help. All right, honey?
Okay. Thank you. I really appreciate this.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Again, as you guys noticed, right, that's what happens. Again, you'll get pulled out. So those are, say, again, it'll give you great benefit. You can, he'd have, say, great abilities, but that's the improper way of connecting to, say, something outside of you. Because that something outside of you is not, again, it's not of a pure source or of a pure connection. Okay? Does that make sense to you guys? Right? You heard it firsthand on why things like that happen. So, we'll move on. Yeah, please.
Donc, ce qui se passe, cette dame, en fait, posait une question sur son fils. Donc, ce que Mas a détecté, c'est que son fils avait tendance à se déplacer dans d'autres réalités parallèles, souvent pour éviter un inconfort ou une peur dans ce monde-ci. Donc, c'est une stratégie qu'il a développée de par ses capacités intuitives de pouvoir se projeter dans d'autres réalités parallèles. Le problème, c'est que du coup, il n'est pas incarné et il y a un risque qu'il puisse rester coincé dans une de ces réalités, ce qui peut quelquefois aboutir à des dépressions ou à des suicides, puisque le corps n'étant plus habité, il a juste envie de mourir. Hein. Et donc, il y a une connexion qui a été faite avec l'oncle du petit garçon qui peut-être avait cette tendance. Donc, pendant le midi healing de tout à l'heure, Mas va travailler sur cette question pour permettre au petit garçon de revenir dans son corps ici.
Sorry, guys, I'll have to repeat it again because I was on mute. So radical self-healing coming up right after this, so we only have half an hour. So what we'll do is we'll get into the meta-healing because that's most important. Again, if you have kids, whether they're your kids or somebody that you know of, imagine them, say, meditating next to you, and then I'll work on them as well as working on you to, say, clarify any of, say, some of the childhood issues that you might have had as you were growing up to help you, say, disconnect even more. So let's go ahead and get started. Whether you're sitting or standing or lying down, whether you're in this room or whether you're online, again, just noticing your environment, noticing the space around you.
Donc, on va commencer le Medi Healing. Hein, donc, n'hésitez pas à appeler, penser à vos enfants ou à des enfants dont vous pensez qu'ils pourraient bénéficier de cette session. Donc, que vous soyez assis, debout ou allongé, hein, détendez-vous.
And because
she's asking if it's just kids that she should call, or if she can also call people.
She can call people, but you don't want to call too many people. You don't want to call like your whole family. Maybe one or two or three at the max, because then it distorts your frequencies as well. Okay? It waters everything down. Let's just put it that way.
Donc, surtout les enfants, n'appelez pas trop de personnes autour de vous parce que ça va un petit peu plomber l'atmosphère, sachant qu'il y a la session suivante où vous êtes tous et toutes les bienvenus, hein, où là éventuellement on va travailler sur d'autres personnes.
And besides, the people that you're bringing in don't think that they need help; they think that you need help.
que je sens, c'est que les personnes que vous voudriez appeler, en fait, elles pensent que c'est plutôt vous qui avez besoin d'aide.
Right? So it's not worth bringing them in, right? Until they awaken. So,
C'est pas la peine de les amener tant qu'elles l'ont pas demandé.
yeah. So again, guys, be mindful of that, okay? It's really best to say clean yourself up, and then that kid, because this is again for the kids, that child, 1 or 2 or 3 children, okay? So let's go ahead, take a deep breath in, just noticing where you are. Yeah, I can.
Donc, encore une fois, c'est surtout pour vous et pour les enfants, hein, cette séance. Donc,
and what we'll do, again, because it's just more efficient and words get in the way, especially when we're translating, we'll just do a silent meditation. Okay? It doesn't, again, words do get in the way. And the level that I work at is at a much higher level anyway. So.
Donc, on va faire une méditation silencieuse. Hein. Les mots sont un peu superflus dans le travail que je vais faire. Donc, prenez bien conscience simplement de l'endroit où vous êtes, de votre corps.
Again, deep breath in again, just noticing your surroundings, noticing yourself, your hands, your feet, your head, your shoulders.
Donc, prenez une grande inspiration. Prenez conscience de là où vous êtes assis, ou couché, de vos pieds, de vos jambes, de vos mains, de vos épaules, de votre tête.
Noticing the group. There's a lot of people online. It's a good number here, live.
Prenez conscience du groupe, à la fois les personnes qui sont ici, présentes, et toutes les personnes qui sont en ligne.
Which creates, say, more momentum, and that's why we're here as a group.
Donc tout cela crée une puissance, un élan, la force de ce groupe avec toutes ces personnes rassemblées.
Another breath in again, just noticing how you're feeling.
Prenez encore une grande inspiration. Écoutez comment vous vous sentez.
Asking ourselves, how do I connect to pure source even stronger?
Demandez-vous, comment puis-je me connecter à la source pure de manière encore plus forte?
There's nothing religious or nothing spiritual about that question.
Et cette question n'a rien de religieux ou de spirituel.
So as you stay in your place, whether you're here live, whether you're online, we'll be silent for the remainder. I'll work on you. I'll work on the children around you. Even kids who have, say, crossed over, who still hang out with you as well.
Donc, où que vous soyez, ou bien dans la salle, ou bien en ligne, je vais travailler sur vous en silence et aussi sur les enfants, y compris ceux qui peuvent être éventuellement être décédés et qui seraient encore là.
Can you tell me when it's time? So take a nice deep breath in. Just noticing where you are. Noticing that child beside you. Noticing how you're feeling as we end. Noticing your breath. Opening your eyes when you're ready. Feeling relaxed or refreshed. Or whatever you might be feeling. Thanks for being on the call, guys. Again, I have another call right after this. So, is it on the same line? It's on. Yeah, it's on the same line, so you guys can hang out. Yeah. Oh, sorry. So, oh God. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect you, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, you can register online. We have a couple minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and drop you guys, and then I'll see those people. Right. It's called Radical Self-Healing. All right. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
For more information on my programs, please visit masajati.com. That's MASSAJADY.com. Or join us on Facebook for more information. We do a lot of Facebook Live.